tonight's episode before election. I just pray that God bless people to find their identities, okay? All around the world, but let's talk about USA stuff. There are older men that are meeting young, gullible women that don't know anything about the law, don't know anything about motherhood, don't know anything about family ties and family responsibility, bills, rent. Okay, just kids, just popping out. 18, 19, 20, maybe 23. And you got this bozo that should be older and more mature than you, maybe almost 11 years older, that comes and befriends you, and you find yourself having a beautiful kid. You know nothing except this person right from the get-go, or while you were dating them, wasn't out there. So if something gives you the bright idea, nobody gave it to you, but common sense, you need to put him on child support because he's special. Period. You don't know what that entails. You don't know what that means. You don't know the legal ramifications, but you figure all the older adults in the system knows better. Because this person, absolutely, you could tell, Mr. Crackhead is not going to be a good provider. Whoever set this bozo up to come into your everyday life and play clown, this is not going to work. So as you get older, you're hearing things like, oh, that person go to jail. First of all, stupid. You should be mad at yourself, your mom, and whoever you married, and whoever else in these cases. We're not talking to just my children's father. These men are children. We don't know that because we're real kids. For these old men, that's 11 years older than you, knowing they have some type of disability, disadvantage, something special going on in their lives, for them to still be in your life, ruining it, having beautiful, potentially successful children. Sit here and play all this clown stuff on your side as if it's your fault, and then mad at you because they're not mature enough to just be adults. Now, how is that your problem that this person is married and you didn't know that, never met this lady? No one even told you that this man was married all of the years that you've known him, literally. The sister finally sits and tells you, maybe in a suicidal stupor, hey, your baby daddy don't like to dress up. Your baby, she could be this man's baby mama, for all I know. Poverty, mental illness, suicidal tendencies, alcoholism, drunkism, whatever you want to call it, they be having their own family. And here you are, young and hopeful, insightful, supportive, gullible, easily manipulated, easily taken advantage of, want to come out and are forced, in some cases like myself, to want to find a husband. I mean, geez, right from childhood, I had hardship. I raised my damn self. I don't mean I was on the street, but no one talked to me. No one to this day has conversations with me. No one discusses anything with me except little short, simple stuff. And I am a genius, but I'm dumbed down to a family that feels it's their God-given right to treat me like a slave, treat me like I'm brainless, and literally allows people to think that. And that's fine. God knows me. But for men to come out here and be upset at a woman that simply wants to take care of some kids that he decided to share with you. Remember, these seeds come from men that God created as leaders. These are these men's seed. Whatever trash they was doing before they met you, whatever they was eating, put in their system, God had to bless it to bring you these babies. Because these men be acting trashy in their own lives from their own childhoods. They don't love themselves. They don't treat themselves well, as you can tell. They don't dress well. They don't eat well. Probably eating out of garbage sometimes, garbage cans. going behind people trying to make ends meet instead of just standing up and being the provider, using the provision that God has provided. No, they don't believe in God. That is the saddest thing, to not have hope in someone bigger than you, because we understand their fathers were not available. Their fathers were irresponsible. Their fathers had childhood issues. So now you have inherited this big grown ass boy that has grown man tendencies, popping out kids like candy, sharing it with everybody, community. And maybe they are looking for love. But if you know you have problems with your mammy, your daddy, your grandma, society, men as men own men, curiosity of men, poverty brings out some strange things in folks that God had already solved their problems. I ain't never understood. God all day tells you that he's real and he's a provider. People have showed these people this, but somehow they've seen a good hood rat painting of poverty, and they just cannot wrap themselves around God as a provider. I'm not saying it's their fault. Some of these kids got hooked on drugs early, hooked on sex early, hooked on drama early. You will be amazed at how many men, if you don't watch them, act like their moms. Dramatic, very feminine. Jezebel spirit loose. And again, you don't see it all the time. They put on their manly clothes. They have children. They pick the kids up, drop the kids off. But if you sit and talk with them, the stuff that come out their face, you be like, I see why that person cannot get along with nobody. He acts like a bruh. He acts like a bruh. A girl. Good, as the South would say. Hey, good. I don't know why they weren't able to form all those words correctly. But I completely understand. I am from the South. I've sat with the people that had to be slaves. I promise you, when they get together, I understand what they're saying, but it'd be fascinating. Back to what I said. I am amazed at how immature these men are. I just saw a video where there is a man, I don't know how old he is, and this is what people need to understand. Just because you're over 18, young man, does not mean that you are emotionally and mentally mature and that you ever will be. And the anger that you possess is ignorance or both. You don't even have the emotional intelligence to express disappointment without tearing up other people's properties, but you want people to respect you. Now, again, some of these boys come from very volatile homes, whether it's verbal, emotional, even financial. Some men do earn money and their mamas be quick to snatch all of it without guidance or understanding. Some of them have taught their sons to give them everything for the rest of their lives. So they go on these jobs and they ham out. Is that the word? This man gets fired maybe because he's haughty. You can't tell him anything like most men. You can't tell them anything except you're Jezebel. Oh, they are attentive with all ears. If you have a certain personality of, oh, I can pay for you to do what I said. Now they're all ears. They are supportive. They understand and very loyal to even crime. But if you're just simply giving instructions or orders, doesn't matter who you are, they see it as disrespect. They become very challenging, very hot-headed, feel someone's talking to them as if they're lesser than. See, that's their mental problem. When people are showing you how to do a job that you don't know anything about and you're probably too young to grasp or challenged to grasp instructions, they can't whoop you. They can't holler at you. But what they can say is, okay, today's your last day. And you get upset because you didn't know how to follow instructions. Now, some people standing around said that man never been late. That man's blah, 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 blah. Now, for you to run through this industry like this with this forklift doesn't mean you were not wronged. doesn't mean that you're not justified. But it is absolutely illegal to tear up other people's property. It doesn't matter who it is. If you're working at that job or attending that church, and I've had this experience for years, I don't know who's following me around, who's telling people things. I don't know if they're uh, infiltrating places that I go so that they can do this crazy stuff, such as where I'm living now. Every single morning or night, I guess it is through my phone. Any phone I get, somebody can see me. How do I know this? I can be laying towards the wall where nothing can see anything about me. And simply, as soon as I blink my eyes, a little bit of a flutter as if to fall asleep, there is a demonically possessed entity that thumps around me. I don't know if it's an AI machine or it is a psych ward patient that literally just follows me around and watches me through my phone. You may be the person that's going blind, per God. Because you have no right, no reason, or anything to be looking into my life. There's no reason. Except you're just nuts. And I believe that's where it's at. And since you cannot control yourself and the people that know you have this mental problem are not assisting you, God is going to help you, baby. All right. He's going to help you sit down somewhere and find your identity in Him, one way or the other. Okay? So, get ready. Because the same people that was helping you do this foolishness, they're not going to help you in the times that you're going to need faith. Because they don't have none. Those are the people you hung around. All right? And you might not be able to find me to give you that little window of hope, precious. Because you won't be able to see it. You got to learn new things, and you're so stubborn, you probably won't get it. All right, now. So, point being, people have problems. The young lady said she went to the child support place. She put him on child support. Went to the court and explained everything. That he wasn't helping. And you can't do that. I mean, you can go beat his butt and have somebody make him do it. But again, a lot of these people have some real serious challenges. And you would figure once you get assistance from the state that they would get these guys and train them and help them. No, it ain't none of that, I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But they will get locked up. Now, did you know that? No, because you know what you thought? This person was real available when they was making these babies. When they were paid or hired to come into your life and F it up. So that somebody can have a sad story, and then later that same dog and the folks that he knows and the folks he's connected to, whether it's your family, their family, whether your family paid that fool to come in and make those babies, whatever the case, you figured he'd be mature enough to go, oh, I don't need that. I'm grown. Let me just go out here and work. But that's never been these people MO. They've had kids before you. And those kids probably never saw the good side of manhood with that one. And you didn't know that, so it ain't like you thought, oh, well, now he's with me. You don't know these people. You were just out here because your folks tossed you out, and you were out here, and you was maintaining. You had a car. You was able to go to work. This dog came along and told you or made you feel like you can quit. Young ladies, never quit your job. And if a guy's holding you back, you need to step back and let God do it. Whatever that looks like. You are young, and no one has a right to hinder any part of your life. And don't take it either. They don't have a right to take it. So be very wise when you meet men and they make you feel like you can stay home. You only 20-something. Go live your life and work that mug. Work. Always have your own income somehow. Period. And if they say you don't have to, sit on your money a little bit. But again, you got to make sure you're not dealing with a numbskull that'll keep causing issues. Like people around me. They keep having you to go to the dollar store and rebuy stuff. Every time I look up, I got to rebuy something. I just had a whole can full of aerosol because it smells in here sometimes. It's empty. I had a whole bottle of sanitizer from the dollar store. It's empty. I've had a whole bottle of jelly that was given to me, empty. Just got it. No reason. Olive oil. No one uses olive oil that hard. All you're doing is putting a dot on your head, maybe on your hair, and on your arms and hands, and maybe your feet. Empty. I create certain artistic things, biblical things. Oh, don't use that. I don't want you to do that in here. Then they come up missing. Everyone is pretty much paid to walk away. I have I'm not dressed, guys. I have, hello YouTube edits, how are you? I have a little fan. That's the second one I've had. The first one really got broken and it was hot and I would use it for work and it broke. I have another one, purple, it's breaking down. I don't even use it. Just can't have anything. I have a little camping cot here. Wasn't bothering anybody. Now I'm not gonna say my big old knees and 200 some pounds wasn't too much. But I saw one day, I laid on it, everything was great. Next day I come back, these things are stretched out as if someone was using it as a trampoline. So the part at the end has ripped. So you going down to the office to ask for assistance with payment for a child should not be illegal. You should not be punished. If a man doesn't have the wherewithal to pay for a child and then go and skip states as if, oh, I'm in another state now and I have a car and I have a house, look. After they forged your information in your face and you weren't old enough to understand what this dumb dog was doing. Forged documents saying you were married to them. You never got a copy. What the frick was that? Moved to another state. You haven't seen child support since 2015. You called child support division this dumb ass. Or was it the bank? Said, oops, so what? Really? There's nothing you can do. Oh well. Are you dumb? Did they hire you to come here and say this dumb stuff? Are you really just stupid? So if you have child support and somebody has switched the account or did something or went over somewhere and did something they weren't supposed to do, and maybe went to another state and haven't received it, you mean to tell me oops upside the head of the person? Really? Okay. I mean, this is just the dumbest state ever. And then they got these laws and rules, which I need to be on the phone about, where they have to mail you something. I haven't seen my mail in forever. And I've called around. They've done all kinds of investigations. And I mean, all kinds of mail. And I already know there's some demons here. And they're going to pay for the cotton and linen that they've spent that didn't belong to them. God is completely upset. The people these people have killed. And we're going to focus. So if a man that is a boy child hasn't found the maturity to take care of himself as offspring, and you have the audacity to request someone to give you assistance, and they get upset, and they get locked up. Now who's that on? This young lady did not ask you to come into her life and lie and leave her with all responsibilities. And for you and any other psych ward patient out here freely walking around, feeling that she was wrong to ask for assistance in a situation that was being bullied, not just of herself, but of some children. You're nuts. And then to possibly take an advantage of the system just to take the resources that these children so rightfully deserved and give it to someone else. I believe God got a good story for each and every one and any given time that chose to neglect God's elect children. These children did not ask to be here. We did not either. But it is our responsibility to, at some point, stop this stupidity, this immaturity. And this is what us young girls in our 20s are forced to do, to be mature, to man up, and to be strong and try and protect these kids from these crackhead, delusional, alcoholic, mentally challenged, emotionally broken, and all the other foolishness that we have to deal with. People. We now have to babysit them, these kids, and ourselves. And a lot of us think, because most of y'all with your mama anyway, oh well, okay. And then you come and steal the kids. Whoever you are, God is going to come through your life like a wrecking ball. There was no reason for you, whoever you are, to get into someone's business and pretend that they're doing something they're not supposed to, and then turn around and cause that person all this hell. Oh God, got something for you, precious. Oh God, got something for each and every one of you. It doesn't matter where you work. God created this system. He blessed it. And you guys have taken an advantage of it. And God is going to clear this up. He's going to clear up the child support system of people that have been stealing, people that have been stealing kids, money, people that have been harming kids, putting them in the foster care, throwing them around in different group homes where they never belonged, lying on the parent that is doing the right thing, that has a pure heart and intentions, and had good things going for her children. And you come along with your mentally retarded ass and get in the middle of God and what he's doing, you will pay. You will pay. Because that man had a responsibility for throwing his seed around that God gave him to any and everybody, and then go, oops, I'm busy. Well, God is going to be busy focusing on whatever you were focusing on. And he's going to study it. Then he's going to tear that shit up. And you're going to go with it. And whatever you've been doing is all going to be released in the entire universe. And I believe all of that is going to eat your little hot ass up. You and whoever you've been bling blinging and ding dinging with. And I don't mean no woman. I'm talking about your folks, your family that knew you were this retarded and still allowed you to come out here and reproduce. They knew you were special. We got to stop letting these little retarded boys come outside and play with women and got a brain. I'm so serious. This is getting old. Get that boy a helmet. Get him his meds. We're going to need a bracelet or something for these folks. I like to tell you young girls is make sure you get an ID. If you got a problem with it, kind of be like, oh, okay, and mellow on off. Don't give these people your address right away. Although they have people following you. You can go date Mike. Mike got about 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 cousins and some old raggedy, illegitimate kids in the family that don't do nothing all day. And they got cars and houses because they're thieves. And they mess around. Where you're dating Mike, they got folks sitting out watching you. So when you leave the date, they already know to case you, follow you, stalk you, and know where you're at. Not necessarily to hurt you, just they're thieves. They're just thieves, mostly. There's a few nuts that want to go to hell quick. They actually call themselves harming you. Because you made the little boy mad and he ain't mature enough to process his emotions. This is a sick world. Sick world. You don't know who knows who. Trashy people. Trashy, dangerous people. What makes it dangerous? They're not mature mentally. And they be having all access to all kinds of stupidity to hurt and harm and distract and destroy other people's lives. But I'm telling you, God always comes through. I wasn't here last lifetime. And you can see some of the news from that time. Some of y'all gonna make infamous headlines for being retarded and not staying in your helmet.